AI, AI, AI. It's all people seem to talk about anymore. So, here we are. 6 pieces. Looking at the future of AI and how it's basically going to ruin all forms of innocence, whether we like it or not. Because at the moment, a lot of AI is just very limited. It's improving. It is getting better. I mean, if you go on Instagram Reels and actually look through some of the content, you'll notice that at least half of it is already AI generated. And the thing is, as soon as quantum processes are figured out, things are going to get very scary very quickly. Not only for sort of generative AI and chatbots, but video generation. I've already seen a few people playing around with it and the sort of criminal elements of it. Because, well, the reality is, if you have a photo on the internet, someone's going to make you do some pretty horrendous shit. And with the laws in the UK, it's like, yeah, it's going to get very squirrely. Very, very squirrely. A lot of people are going to get in a lot of trouble for a lot of things that they haven't even done. Which, yeah. But also from an artistic point of view, it's going to force artists to actually go think outside the box and actually produce work that is more and more and more horrific. Why? Because it's the one thing AI can't do. And that'll be the thing that, like I say, is going to ruin a lot of people and a lot of people's careers. Because in the end of the day, a lot of these tech giants and a lot of these tech companies give zero fucks about the consumers. What they see is data. They see us as a form of data to be used. And as soon as AI is functioning on a high enough level, a lot of people are going to lose their jobs very fucking quickly because AI will be better than them, essentially. It will be able to produce the work you do in half the time and half the cost. So, yeah, you think these billionaires are really going to give a monkeys about the sort of average person? Like, no. Like I say with AI, it's going to be used in a way that a lot of people don't really see coming. And yeah, you're already seeing a lot more stories coming out about people using it to produce their own porn because the internet is already a fucking cesspool. That, and like I say, you can create without impunity. There is no data exchange. I mean, there obviously is with the AI companies, but, it's a much more limited fashion, whereas just browsing the internet nowadays, you can end up with keyloggers on your phone or on your devices just from accessing a website, which, well, 20 years ago was like the epitome of fucking hacking, whereas nowadays it's just a part of cookies. Which, as I say, yeah. But it's a lot of the reason why I've also started working on these more limited series of works, because, well, there is only 6 of these pieces. I'm not producing any more. I'm not duplicating them. I'm not putting them onto prints. These are the only 6 I'm creating, and that's it. Like, if you want one of these 6, well, you're gonna have to come at me with some serious money because, yeah, my time is worth an awful lot nowadays, and yeah. As I say, this kind of thing is going to become rarer and rarer, where people actually do things by hand. Me and a friend laughed this morning because someone was basically calling themselves an illustrator despite the fact they used AI to generate all of the images they created. They were like, well, yeah, but I use Photoshop to edit the AI images. And it's like, no, you've written some text and you're editing. That is not the same. We are not in the same league, like thousands of years people have done exactly what I'm doing, which is making a singular product, putting 20, 30 hours into a piece of paper where there is only one of them. It can't be replicated, can't be copied. And whilst technically, yes, I could, I have no interest in it. Because like I say, the more and more you see with AI and, especially with image generation, it's just getting to the point where it's like, well, no one wants to actually spend money. Why would you spend 10 grand on a piece of paper when you can have some idiot generate it on a computer in 5 minutes? That's sadly how most people see it. But also, what I say, in the future, this sort of thing is going to be way more valuable because there's less and less of it. How much physically produced work is there in the world, or will there be? And like I say, with the internet, it's already getting to a tipping point of the dead internet theory, where AI is going to be producing most of the content and you're not even going to realize it. And at a certain tipping point, people won't want to use the internet anymore. They're going to be more in fraud or more engaged with, like I say, physical products so they can see that people have actually put in time and effort or thought rather than just pressing some buttons and calling themselves an artist. Well, like I say with illustration, it's like, why would you spend 30 odd years training, learning to do something when there's some 15-year-old that's doing it on a computer? It's like, This is why I say, in a weird way, it's going to push people towards doing more physical tasks because, well, what the fuck else is there? If AI is doing all the thinking, all the creating, all the innovating, and all the entertaining, what is there for people to do? And likewise, what's actually going to be engaging as a form of content or entertainment? Like I say with art, it's going to make physical art that you can actually touch, that you can actually see, that you can actually know that a human has actually put their time and effort into it, more valuable. Because, well, yeah, it's a talking point. It's it has many functions beyond just purely art. Whereas a lot of what you see is just that. It's just generic slop. And that's the thing you notice with a lot of the videos of AI generation. There's no feeling in their voices. There's no cadence. There's no reality. And whilst it's improving, we're going to end up with like an entertainment field which is just super Disneyfied. Everything is whiter than white. Everyone speaks in a really happy, positive tone. It's all going to be a bit too robotic, I suppose. And this is why I say this is where, whilst yes, these are not the world's greatest, they're not hyper-realistic artworks. They're actual artworks. They have been lovingly created over many, many hours rather than just copy and pasted and printed. So yeah, AI will inherently fuck a lot of things up, and I don't think people are really quite prepared for the levels of fuckery. But as I say, all you can do is just keep doing what you love and keep sharing it with the world and hope that, yeah, it doesn't go full dystopian crazy town, which it's slowly looking like it's going to be. But, you know, as I say, it's just going to make the imperfections and the reality of real art much more entrancing, you know, much more appealing because, well, you can see the you know, you can see the errors. Unlike a lot of the AI, whereas, yeah, it's all just a bit too generic. But, as I say, only time will tell, and, well, quantum coding is going to be the key that really starts to mess things up, but yeah, only time will tell. I say, if you want one of these pieces or this series, get in contact, and we will figure something out. Otherwise, you'll have to wait for the next load of pieces. As always, there is a second book coming out soon with another 30 hand-drawn illustrations, which I will inevitably do a video on when it's released. So keep your eyeballs locked, make sure to subscribe, and go follow some of my other social media. You know, just blow up real creators rather than more generic slop. Till the next time, peace out.